Hey everyone. Now, following the atrocious scenes and the terrible tragedy in Southport that took place, where sort of children lost their lives and others were severely injured, along with some adults. Now, following that, you probably heard that there was terrible trouble attacking a mosque, a group of people, vandalising, there was violence. Terrible, horrible scenes, things that we don't really want to see in this country. I think most people will agree with that. You will have also have probably seen the video of the Prime Minister Keir Starmer giving a speech, giving a statement after meeting with the police to discuss how to deal with these situations, because it does look like there is going to be more of the same. So people demonstrating violence, now acting out their anger. But is Keir Starmer right to put in place a mobile task force so that they can go and respond to these situations? Are there enough prisons to put prison space? Is there enough prison space to put people in? Should they be arrested, because they are likely to be when they are causing damage, criminal damage, and if they are being violent and attacking officers, it is likely that they will end up with a criminal sentence. So is a mobile task force the answer? Is dealing with misinformation the answer? Now, we do know that people were blaming sort of a Muslim perpetrator. They were saying that this person who attacked those children was a Muslim, and they attacked a mosque as a result of it. And of course, we find out that that is not the case at all. So is it misinformation that needs to be tackled? Perhaps you've already seen that yourself online. I certainly have. And I've actually spoken to people who are angry and are still blaming migrants coming over. So, or is it our political rhetoric that has happened? Some of the MPs even now, and certainly MPs that were in the previous government, were talking about an invasion of migrants. So this is obviously has had an effect on people. It does whip up anger, and they are using the same terms. So we know that there is a correlation between words that were said then and what's happening now. But how can this be stopped? And I would be really interested to know your thoughts. Do you think that the task force will be sufficient? Does that work? Do we desperately need more prison space? Because we know that there is, prisoners are already being released. What is the way to tackle these types of mob demonstrations where there is violence and damage to areas? So peaceful protest is one thing, but obviously causing disruption, violence, and damage to people's properties, the shops, or in this case to a mosque. How do the police deal with that? How does our criminal system, our legal system, how does that stand up under this type of pressure? And should MPs be allowed to use perhaps questionable rhetoric which could incite a reaction from people who are obviously maybe looking for an excuse and are already angry? So I'd love to hear from you. Please pop your thoughts in the comments and let's discuss this. I'm Annette J. Beveridge, and I'm a journalist.